I would probably consider myself the king of the weirdos. Dude, I think that's kind of like initially where the concept came from, was like the acceptance of like my own weirdness, which I've always done as a person, but it's just as we get older, it becomes more both apparent and easier, I would say. And I just feel like a lot of people don't really do that. And to me, it was like why there was that motivation that it could be represented in profile pictures. So I mentioned, you know, how all these profile pictures were trying to be cool and quite serious, just like people are in real life, you know. And by offering that sort of space almost to have a part of you represent that part of you that you don't generally show to the world, it kind of has this freeing feeling and just kind of shows everybody that like everybody is a weirdo. It's just more about how aware you are of it, and like how you are weird versus other people, and like, you know, what one person's normal is another person's weird. So, you know, I think this is kind of what drives you know, the entirety of like a lot of the concept of the collection, and it's also reflected in a lot of cross-cultural differences in the original descriptions and that kind of thing. I mean, coming from South Africa, we've got a very varied cultural tapestry, you might say. We've got like 11 official languages here, so it's something that like I'm super aware of, you know, like one person, like your neighbor in this country, we often have these kind of instances where someone's neighbor will be killing a goat, and then that person will be offended and they'll call the police, or they'll be upset because they're very like modern, probably vegan or whatever the case may be. So they get upset and phone the police, but the neighbor is, you know, practicing traditional South African like a ritual, or it's like a wedding or something like that. So, you know, one person's weird as another person's normal. And I think that's kind of something that this collection was really seeking to celebrate.